Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot for coming here and joining us. I'm Deepshika. I have completed my PhD from world-renowned institution ICGEB, and recently we have registered a company, DrOmics Private Limited. So our company's main aim is that we are into molecular diagnostics. We offer the preventive molecular diagnostic test to the world. Cardiomics, that includes cardiovascular diseases, oncomics, cancer diagnostic test, and many others. All of these tests are basically saliva-based tests where we extract the DNA and analyze whether there are some predispositions regarding these diseases. And the second vertical of our lab is DrOmics Research Lab, where we do research on publicly available data, and somehow we also do research in-house in the data available to us from our customers. That is not publishable, but yes, we do research on that data. So we provide consumers and students the industry-ready courses. We make them ready for the industry. And we are providing cutting-edge technologies. And the main USP of our courses is that we provide live classes. If you are a PhD scholar and you're stuck somewhere, we can help you with one-on-one training. If you are a college-going student, we can provide you with small group and large group trainings. Which kind of trainings we are providing here? These trainings are focused on bioinformatics databases and the very cutting-edge technologies related to NGS specifically, and computer-aided drug designing, machine learning, and so on and so forth. So our main concentration here is next generation sequencing courses, because these are the courses which will help you to enter in molecular diagnostic industry. We can help you with RNA sequencing data analysis that could be reference-based or de novo-based, and also DNA sequencing data analysis, whole genome, de novo assembly, and so on and so forth. So I would like to bring upon the main feature of our courses. These courses are online. These are not the pre-recorded sessions like given by other renowned companies. I'm not going to name those companies, but yes, we are providing online hands-on live experience. We'll let you know the basics of AWS, and we will teach you through AWS only. You'll be provided links to AWS, and we'll teach you on cloud only. So you'll be able to understand the basics of clouds, basic of cloud computing, and you'll also get the knowledge of next generation sequencing courses. Recently, we are designing a project-based specialized course, which will help you to bridge the gap between academia and industry. Many a time, when we complete our courses regarding academia, for example, BSc or MSc or MTech, and sometimes even after PhD, we found ourselves into stuck. There's no way that we can enter into industry. And somehow we feel that we are not technologically sound. We know the concept, but we are not able to apply those concepts. So here we are. We will help you with a project-based live course where we'll make a small group of 30 to 40 people only, and there will be limited seats. And this will be a project-based training where there'll be a real-world problem, right? There will be a real-world problem, and on the basis of that problem, we'll design a project. After the completion of that hands-on training on this project, we'll compile the whole data and we'll help you people to publish that into an open source journal. This is the rationale that we want to teach you with the help of practical knowledge. We'll not give you the bookish knowledge that is already being provided on many platforms before. We are here to help you with the real problem. That's all. So we welcome all the questions that has been asked so far. Kashmila, please take over and help the people to get them answer of their questions.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you. So I'll request all the participants to put your questions either in the Q&A tab or in the chat box. We will pick up few of the questions and answer right at the moment, and other questions will be answered later on and will be sent through your mails. So please share your questions in the chat box.
There are already some questions, Kashmila. We can share.
Yeah, there are some questions, but still, if anyone is having other questions, then they can share.
Yes.
Dr. Jyoti, are you there?
Yeah, Kashmira, I'm here only.
Yeah. So, ma'am, can you just answer any one of the question from the?
Yeah, in my question answer section, I can see two questions. One is from Neha Sharma. She is asking the RNA-seq analysis flow chart. Well, Neha, I would like to tell here, like if it is about the flow chart, it is not something that can be answered. It is a procedure, it is a process that need to understand the steps and everything, basically. The purpose of RNA-seq is basically widely used for the differential expression analysis we do for the diseased and the normal person. That is the main purpose. But when it is about the flow chart, that would be quite difficult to answer in the chat. And okay, the second question I can answer here, the uses of the proteomics. So basically, when it is about the proteomics, we study the proteomics for the proteins. Basically, we understand where the protein is expressed, when the protein is expressed, what is the what is the production of that protein, how the protein is modified, and all this information basically help us in the drug discovery or the biomarker discovery. So that is the biggest application we can say in the proteomics. By the study of the proteins, we can go for the drug discovery. That is the major part. Along with this, so many others are there. But when we talk about the one application that determine that is the drug discovery or the biomarker discovery. In the medicine, the proteomics is widely used. So I guess my answer would be clear.
Thank you, ma'am. So regarding the flow chart and everything, all the answers will be given a solution through the mail as well.
Yeah, that can be shared via mail. Yeah, that is a procedure that need to be discussed.
Yeah, sorry. So, Mr. Mohapatra, sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm available. How can I help you?
Yeah, yes, sir. Can you just pick any one of the question that you can answer over here?
Okay. So I see there's a question for accept the concept of homology modeling. So that question answer, I believe it can be taken off offline. So what we can do, we can share a query form, and in that query form, actually, we will have some basically, some questions. I mean, basically, have some text boxes for you where you can fill and send us your questions live, and we can address that questions to your email or to your contact as needed. Okay. And the second question that I see, what are the career opportunities for students pursuing this field? Okay, there's a lot of career opportunities, Jayesh. I see you online from beginning. So we have pretty well discussed a lot of things, and better you can use a chat GPT. So just go to chat GPT and ask him the question, what are career opportunities I have in bioinformatics, or what are career opportunities I can do in bioinformatics after completing masters. You'll be getting a lot of designations, description of designations, how to start with that, and what to do with that. Okay, and respectively, we also have those things. So if you join and if you interact with with the faculties available in DrOmics, they can also help you to guide into it. Let me know about the use of proteomics. So certainly we discussed that we work on genomics, proteomics, and metabolomics, right? So any of the area that we are working with respect to either DNA or basically, I mean, either in the genome level, that is with respect to genomics, or proteomics with respect to proteomics, right? Protein level. So the use are basically, in proteomics, what happens, we used to have LCMS mostly. We used to do proteomics using LCMS, that is basically by mass spectrometry. So first of all, what used to happen, we have to take, we used to take the sample, as in the biofluid from any. So if you are the person and your name is anonymous, so let me say, like from anonymous, what I did, I took the biofluid from you, and after taking the biofluid, I basically did some wet lab work on that, and I extracted your protein fragments, and I inserted that inside the LC. After inserting it inside the LC, using the high throughput screening, what it will happen, I will be breaking your protein fragments into short stretch that we call as like peptides, okay? And it will be having M/Z ratio, that is the intensity we call it, okay? And using that intensity M/Z ratio, I'm going to predict whether in the stretch 1, in the fast peptide fragment stretch 1, I'm having which amino acid I have, and in the second position, which amino acid I have. In this way, we used to predict the structure actually. So this prediction is something similar like how the prediction happens in the X-ray and NMR. All the difference is there we are using nucleomagnetic resonance as well as extracrystallography as well as the diffusics, and here we use basically kind of M/Z ratio. It's basically a statistical predictions. Okay, so this type of analysis does happen for those proteins which are disordered in the market actually. Which structure is not that much stable, either it's for the alpha helix or basically for the beta strands, which are like, for example, you can take the example of this COVID virus. So the COVID virus structure is not that much stable, okay? And for that specific targets, where the protein things which communicates basically to the human part, as like cytokine storm or H2 receptor, okay? So that specific fragments are basically used to do it in proteomics, or else we generally prefer to do the things in the genomics level itself. Now coming to the question, is Java still used in bioinformatics? So if I'll ask you, Abil, the question, this is from Abil Alva. So if I'll ask you, can you take a cycle basically to go 30 kilometers? I believe you can certainly take a cycle to go 30 kilometers, right? But if you get a bike, what do you prefer, to going through a cycle or to going through a bike? So BioJava can be used, but it depends where you are using, why you are using, and when you are using. If you don't have any packages which is that much comfortable or that much compatible in your environment, for example, we use R and Python. The main purpose of using R and Python is, in this bioinformatics, entire packages what we are working, or entire libraries what we are working, is mostly R and Python they have used to build up. Okay, so if I am getting something out of the box that is Java, so do I need to have a program in which there should be some Java language, there should be some Python language, there should be some R language? If yes, then I need to have multiple wrappers and multiple communicators basically for that. So if you are doing something certainly known as BioJava, for example, if you know, there is a tool known as FastQC. FastQC is basically a kind of very popular BioJava tool actually. Okay, so that depends basically in which purpose it is using. But again, that is not a stringent use. That if you have that with you, then only you can work. It's just a limitation. A standard limitation. As a master's in chemistry students, by learning data science, how will you helpful in career growth? Let me say you. Data science, we are always using the data science in a way. See, data science is not exactly a domain. Please don't confuse this thing. If you know, when you prepare any food, actually, we used to add a lot of stuffing to it, right? We used to add a lot of seasoning to it, right? So data science is basically some kind of stuffings or some kind of seasonings. But you are preparing the food with bread or with wheat or basically with vegetables, right? So they are the domain actually. Whatever domain you choose, you can add seasoning and you can add stuffing depending on what is the requirement of you. So if you use basically chemistry and if you learn data science, that will be certainly helpful if you go in the direction of chemoinformatics. Okay, subject to condition, again, that depends in chemoinformatics which area you are working. Can you please provide fee structures? Okay, that question will be taken by Shikha. So just give me a second. I think I got have cleared most of the questions. So there is one more question from Risha ML. ML, about ML and AI. Okay, it's certainly not needed to know AI and ML. So we should understand what is ML and AI rather than jumping to it. Whenever we are working on any of the bulk data or any of the large data, having knowledge of statistics is good. Having knowledge of advanced statistics is also very good. Having knowledge of ML is a different thing. ML means if you are training your data, if you are asking your data to be trained to be mature enough, basically. For example, if you go to Google and say, hey Google, do this for me or do that for me, or if you are searching something on Google, so how Google finds your answer? So they have trained a lot of models. If your question is this should be the answer. This we do with respect to a language known as NLP, natural language processing, actually. Okay, so it takes your taste, it takes your basically words that you have given, it searches that pattern with multiple dictionaries, and it finds the relevant answer which is very close to that. And they also have set some filter which should be more than 99% as accuracy with respect to what you have asked. Correct? And now I'm asking this to this thing to Google, right? So this is a ML transition happening. But if you know about ChatGPT, I communicate with the ChatGPT. I interact. I talk with the ChatGPT as like a kind of virtual human for me. How? So what I've done, I have taken all these emails and I have created a kind of, basically a intelligence learning model. Okay, and that intelligence learning model is basically responding the way I'm asking him the questions. Okay, so these things are very different actually. So generally when you are taking a flight, you know that the flight sometimes go with autopilot mode, it sometimes go with manual mode, right? If it goes with autopilot mode, it is only happening with respect to AI, because it is said if the flight speed is this much, if the angle is this much, if the vertical is this much, if there are these kind of weather conditions, then it will fly in this way. That's the reason AI model is used there. If it is not comfortable, it's not subjectable, then the pilot can basically take the control in his hands, which we call as a manual mode. So you should know where to use AI and ML actually. Learning of that is not any helpful if you don't know exactly how to use. And to know how to use, you have to come fast knowing the practices, what we do in statistics and what we do in advanced statistics. How we interpret with the large data. So I believe I have supervised CS overall rank 11 in. Okay, I recently qualified ICR SRF overall rank 11 in bioinformatics, but I am not getting any project. I'm really confused knowing overall rank 11. Overall rank, I mean your rank should be 11 or it should not be 11, right? So what do you mean by overall rank? So anyways, in bioinformatics, but I'm not getting any project where I eligible. Okay, so this certainly you can check with DrOmics, they can help you with that. Yeah, I believe I have covered almost all questions. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Mr. Bhushan, would you like to give some input on data science learning? We have a question.
Yes. Somebody has asked that as a MSc chemistry student, and by learning the data science, how it helpful for the career growth. Okay, so the field of the data science is constantly evolving with new techniques, algorithms, and tools emerging regularly. And while learning the data science during your MSc program, you can develop a foundation that can build upon throughout your career. The ability to continuously learn, adapt, and stay updated with the latest advancements in data science is a valuable skill that you ensures your professional growth in the long run. Okay, in this competitive job market, having the data science skills gives you a significant advantage. Employers actually value your individuals who can understand and analyze the complex data, as it allows them to gain a competitive edge. Okay, so if you are entering into the industry, you should be able to process their data. Okay, and by leveraging the data science techniques, you can help their organization improve their operations, enhance the efficiency, and drive the innovations. That's what I can say. Okay, then somebody has asked that is BioJava is still using the bioinformatics. See, the thing is that the developers actually move to that language. They want the development in those languages which are relatable to that field. As I tell you that most of these bioinformaticians are towards the R and the Python. So developers will actually create their tools in these languages. As you know, the Java has actually very tough syntaxes. Okay, I'm not saying that it is impossible to run, it is impossible to learn this Java, yes, but actually the syntaxes are very complicated. So most of the time the bio industries use the R or the Python. Okay. Kashmila, can I just share my screen for a minute? I just want to give a demo for that. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
just a minute. I will not take a longer. Okay, guys, you can see my screen. Okay, if I want to extract the data from the NCBI, okay, in a bulk, I want to get the 15 sequences from the NCBI. Okay, then I have written a code here. Okay, there is no folder. If I am running this code, you will see a folder has been created and it is downloading the data there. It will download shortly. Okay, it depends on your connection connectivity as well, connectivity. And just a second. Yeah, the code is probably running. Might be the data sets are you can see here. I just have to refresh and you can see 15 15 files has been downloaded. The sequences has been downloaded. If I told you that if you want to go it in the manual way, or if you're going with a Java, you have to write a long enough code for that. Okay, but just in the 15 lines, I have retrieved the 15 IDs here. Okay, this is the number of the IDs and you can count them as well. So that's why most probably you should go with a Python rather than the Java here, and the industry uses these languages. Yeah, that's it, Kashmila.
Thank you, Bhushan sir.
Yeah.
So this was all we wanted to share to all of the life science candidates regarding to the bridge gap between bioinformatics in academics and industrial level advances. So we will be ending up here with the webinar. Thank you everyone for being participated in this webinar. And also I thank to each speaker for their valuable inputs. So we shall end here. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.